What's going on, Ravens fans? Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, ready to give you the 5 biggest winners and the 5 biggest losers for the Baltimore Ravens after their 34-6 butt whooping up against the Los Angeles Chargers. I mean, Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, the entire Chargers offense, they didn't have an answer for what Wink was able to put together for this Ravens defense. And what you guys are going to be seeing on today's show is there's going to be a lot of hype around the Ravens because you can make the argument that this team right now is playing the best football in all of the league. Sure, you dropped a kind of a embarrassing game, I'll say, to the Las Vegas Raiders Week 1 Monday Night Football. I even thought that y'all were going to win that one. However, since then, this team has had one mission and one mission only. When it comes to the ball game, they're going to strap it on, and they're going to get ready to go ahead and play. Now, what you guys are about to see are the biggest winners and the biggest losers, and I have them ranked from 5 all the way down to 1. Before I get into all of those, I'm going to tell y'all right now to go ahead and hit that big red button that says subscribe underneath this video. If you can't find it, you can also just type in youtube.com/RavensTV. Well, the reason why I go ahead and tell people that is this. The more subs that our YouTube channels get, the more videos that you're going to get, right? I mean, we're 148 away from 2,000. I can guarantee you, once we get more subs on this channel, you will get videos at a point. We have some channels that have literally videos every day, sometimes multiple videos every day. Why? They have more subs. So if you want more videos, hit that subscribe button. Coming in at number 5 here for my biggest winners, Lamar Jackson. And some people are going to be like, but Mitch, Lamar didn't have that good of a game. For Lamar standards, you're 100% right. 19 of 27, 167 yards. He did have 50 rushing yards as well. 1 touchdown and 2 picks. The reason why Lamar's a winner is because on every single play, all the Chargers worry about and all the rest of the NFL worries about is this. How can I stop Lamar? Which opens up so many other things for other players, which we'll get to here in a sec. Let's go to number 4, the tight end, Mark Andrews. He's one of the best in the biz. He can block, he can catch, and he's by far the biggest red zone option that Jackson looks for as soon as they get down into the money zone, right? I mean, this guy had 5 grabs, 68 yards, a touchdown, 1 yard away from being a really nice performance. If you don't understand that joke, then I'm not doing my job here. But Mark Andrews, by far the biggest winner from the pass catcher standpoint. Let's go to number 3 here. I'm going to go with Latavius Murray, running back. And Murray has been a great addition to this Ravens backfield. I mean, considering the fact that they lost J.K. Dobbins, which I would have loved to see what J.K. could have done. I would have loved to see what the Gus Bus could have done. But Murray brings that physicality and brings that toughness, which I know Ravens fans absolutely love. Let's go to number 2. We got back-to-back running backs, Devonta Freeman. The reason why these 2 guys are on this list is because Lamar Jackson just opens up everything for your running game. It doesn't matter who it is. If you put a running back in the Ravens system with Jackson, his ability to run and his attention that he takes away, it don't matter who it is, you're going to have good performance. That's exactly what you got yesterday from Devonta Freeman. 9 carries, 53 yards, and 6. Latavius Murray, 9 carries, 44 yards, and 6. I hope this doesn't hurt your feelings. Le'Veon Bell is washed up at this point. And you know what? He still found the end zone. Why? Lamar Jackson is that dude. And at number 1, the biggest winner in this game, I'm going to go with DeShone Elliott. He was just flying all over the football field. He was just giving Herbert nightmares. I actually think that last night, Justin Herbert did not sleep. He woke up in a cold sweat, and he just saw DeShone Elliott hanging over top of him. Was like, oh my God, this guy is all over the place. And he was. He had a pick. He had some sacks. He was just getting all over the football field. A monster day for Elliott. Now, what I want you guys to do is let me know who is the biggest winner for the Ravens in this contest. I really try to do my best to just do players, but if anybody who's watching this right now wants to put just defense as the biggest winner, I'm not going to be upset with that. You can go ahead and spam D. Why? Because if you can hold the Chargers to 6 points, then you deserve all the credit in the world. If you want to give some credit to Harbaugh, you want to give some credit to Wink, let me know who is the Ravens' biggest winner up against the Chargers. Now, if you want to go ahead and bet on Baltimore, which right now it seems like a very smart thing to do, you can go ahead and do so with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. How do you get the hookup? You got to go to chatsports.com/bet. I'm going to say that link again because it's very important. Chatsports.com/bet. promo code chat125. If you don't use this link and you don't use this promo code, we don't get credit, and then you don't get the best betting deal on the internet. If you deposit $100, you get $125 for free to bet with. You can also deposit up to $500 and get $625 for free to bet with. Bottom line, bet on the Ravens, bet on all the NFL games the entire season. NBA, you can also do that. Chatsports.com/bet. All right, let's go to the biggest losers, and I'm just going to say this right now. This was so difficult finding 5 losers because they played so well. But Tyson Williams, you're going to make this list simply because he's the odd running back out, and you're hearing a lot of reports right now that the Ravens could potentially move on from a back. I actually think that it's going to be Williams. If it is, he was inactive in this one, and he showed some good glimpses. But they like Le'Veon Bell a little bit more for whatever reason. So for that, Tyson Williams is a loser and definitely a name to keep in mind at the NFL trade deadline on November 2nd. Let's go to Justin Ellis. Let's go to Jelly. Another guy who didn't really make any impact in this game. Sure, he had 14 snaps, I believe, played, but overall, the defensive line, I thought, played spectacular. Ellis was just one of the dudes that was kind of the odd man out. And let me just emphasize this again. It was not easy finding losers, but it was my job to do my best. At number 3 here, I'm going to go with Pernell McPhee. Another dude who played, I believe, in like 15, 14 snaps and just didn't make any impact. But you've kind of seen a roller coaster ride from McPhee this year in terms of snaps played. He goes ahead and he'll play like 60% of the snaps. Then it goes down to like the 20s. He'll play like 50% of the snaps. Then it goes down to the 20s. This is just one of those games where he did not quite get into the mix, and another player to definitely keep in mind at the NFL trade deadline. Let's go to Bradley Bozeman. And I don't know if he was drinking some booze before this one, but when you look at the offensive line in general, the biggest eyesore was at the center position. And he had himself a little bit of a rough game. Lamar Jackson was under some pressure thanks to Bradley here. He allowed a sack. He had a hurry against him and 2 pressures. At the end of the day, it's not what you're looking for, and you're hoping that the offensive line, especially the center, can get it together. The last loser here is going to be Malik Harrison, and it's probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but Harrison just reminds me of those old-school Ravens linebackers that get north and south, can tackle, can hit people. The issue is he's a little bit outdated in today's NFL. He can't cover, and you can tell NFL teams are starting to pick on him when they want to try to go ahead and pick up a clutch first down or they're in a goal-to-go situation. They're targeting Harrison. He can tackle and he can defend the run, but he is bad, and I mean bad, in coverage. So what do you guys think about this? Who was the Ravens' biggest loser up against the Chargers? Please let me know down in the comments if you think I'm a loser for putting 5 names on this list. Cool, go for it. I'm 100% okay with that. It's all good. It's a part of the biz. But I will be looking down in the comments to see what you guys had to say about the biggest winners and the biggest losers up against the Chargers. Ravens winners, losers up against the Chargers after a 34-6 blowout win. Mitchell Renz, Chat Sports, rounding this one up here. I mean, this was a dominating performance on both the offensive and the defensive side of the football. There was never a doubt. As soon as the game started, as soon as a kickoff, you're like, Ravens are going to win this game. They came out firing on all cylinders. The offense played great. The defense looked phenomenal. You could really say that the defense was the absolute MVP in this one. Now, what you guys are going to see here is the 5 biggest winners and the 5 biggest losers. And yes, they are ranked as mentioned. But at number 5, Lamar Jackson. Coming in at number 4, I got Mark Andrews, the tight end. Both running backs, Latavius Murray, Devonta Freeman. And at number 1, DeShone Elliott. Finding the loser was tough, and honestly, man, I kind of felt like a loser trying to do it. But I got Tyson Williams, Justin Ellis, Pernell McPhee, Bradley Bozeman, and then Malik Harrison. Those were the 5 biggest losers. Now, before I go, I want you to grade the Ravens' performance up against the Chargers, A, B, C, D, or F. A, it was phenomenal. B, it was good. C, average. D, bad. F, failing. If every person that watches this doesn't put an A, shame on you.